Today we're back in the car again, and we're on our way to Yorkshire, the home of Yorkshire puddings that aren't actually puddings, they're not dessert. They go with a typical English roast on a Sunday. If you've never had an English roast, it's worth travelling all the way over here to come and hang with us for a weekend to experience. We're now on Airbnb, so any of you that... No, we're not. Tip shelf. On this motorway, there is a place called Tip Shelf, and we've adopted the word and started calling each other a tip shelf. Doesn't mean anything, but it's a good word. I wonder what you'd store on a tip shelf.
Tips.
Tips.
Hey! Oh my, we want a puppy so bad, but we're just not around.
Yeah.
Have one. So, please, can we get one? Look! Oh my god, my heart is melted. Hi!
Jazz is super nervous. It's her first time doing Grace properly at RX weight. Her heart is going. Look at her. Worried.
Feel my heart.
It's because you know it's going to be fast and painful.
I know, I hate sprints. They make me so anxious.
So, when was the last time you did Karen? Years ago. 2 wads down. Don't know how many we've got to go.
So we got the bar, 7-foot bar up, and it's a good 3 foot above that. But it's good because extra gains.
Tim and Hugh stuck.
Yeah, damn right it is. Everybody.
This was the creator. This is the creator of Tim and Hugh. What are we doing today? What is it today?
It would have been my dad's 75th birthday. So we're doing a big charity thing. 1 workout every hour for 12 hours.
You've done Murph today, you've done Grace.
Grace was awful. Murph was okay. Pregnant Helen. We did Helen but with weight vests because we've got a member called Helen and she's pregnant.
Nice.
We're clever like that.
I love that.
And you're raising money for a defibrillator?
Defib for the gym and industrial state and then anything extra stroke rehab. I think we've done all of it.
Shoulders don't work. I did every set of 30 double and just broken except for my last one. They felt really good. They felt
And they
like
looked
I could
better.
actually do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th workout?
Yeah. I've eaten and I still feel so empty. I don't know how these guys are doing it. They've been in since 6 o'clock this morning.
What is it?
30, 20, 10, toast bar, dumbbell snatch with a 150 metre run in between each round. Just keep moving, I think. Just keep moving.
Workout number 5, Jazz.
Yes. I think so. Handstands. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
My second. I can do this one.
Oh yeah, Karen. Then the dumbbell one.
This is what games athletes do daily, Jazz.
Yep. Oh god. This is my games training.
Yeah. Starting today.
Ready for Madagascar
Ending today.
2020.
Yeah. I love every single word of that, and you can read it whilst on the toilet. Well done on your 12 workouts today.
Thank you. See you again.
That is like me and you on a flight.
No. No.
I'm aware of thing now, just be patient. Go back to sleep.
I can't sleep, man. This adrenaline is just coursing through my whole body.
Aaron, don't be selfish. I'm really tired. I've had a really difficult few days. Been under a lot of pressure. Just let me relax.
No!
No.
You're staying up and talking to me.
No!
Aaron, you're being strange.
No!
Aaron, don't be selfish. I'm sleepy.
No! You've kept me up for 3 days, you got me all Jeffrey'd up, and you stabbed me in the arm with an adrenaline needle. You're staying up and talking to me.
If you ever want to know what Jazz and I are like on a flight, that is 100% the meme that we would ever use. York was amazing yesterday. We had a good time. Well, Jazz had a great time. She did like loads of workouts, and we managed to give...
Are you waiting for our number that we gave to them?
Yeah.
Oh, we donated £200.
Thanks to you guys, the team, everyone, us guys donated £200 towards the new defib and the stroke charities that they have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
High five team. Yeah, would not have been able to do it without you guys.
Did you know that the defib didn't come with batteries included? So it's actually a good job they raised a bit more than they expected to, because otherwise they'd have had a defib with no batteries.
Anyway, the second part of today's video, I wanted to kind of do a news segment all around the CrossFit Games. Now, I know you're probably saying, wow, Craig, the CrossFit Games is so long ago. Why? But there's a couple of things that I have seen and been told and shown that I think you guys may have missed out on and I missed out on, and I think they're pretty sweet. First thing we're going to cover is Samantha Briggs. Samantha Briggs, obviously, she had that major shoulder injury. She then went into the Masters. Everyone expected her to win the Masters category, and she ended up second behind Anna Tobias. How crazy is this statistic? Samantha Briggs finished over 120 points behind first place and second place. After the first 4 events, Samantha Briggs went on to win 7 of the final 8 events, and the one that she didn't win, she finished second. Anna Tobias only won 3 of the events overall, but she was more consistent over the weekend. That shows how consistency is key.
The key is to be honest with yourself. Do you know it costs money to eat food?
The Marathon Row, probably the best fan experience ever. I'm sure all of you guys were mesmerised over the 3.5 hours. I've watched paint dry once and it was kind of the same.
It was great watching the last 20 minutes though, wasn't it?
The last 20 minutes were awesome. Speaking of the Marathon Row, Margot Alvarez. She finished the Marathon Row in 3 hours and 42 seconds. With that score, she would have placed 9th in the world in her weight category in the males. And she would have won the overall female in her category. She's not a rower, she's a CrossFitter. If you didn't keep your eye on the teen category, 14-year-old Maddie Espinoza PR'd her jerk, won that event at the CrossFit Games Event 2 with a 225-pound split jerk. Gee whiz. 14 years old. Split jerks 100 kilos. 14 years old. A 14-year-old hitting a 100-kilo split jerk.
Doesn't matter which way round you put those words, that is crazy. Isn't it weird to think that I'm nearly double her age and I still can't do that?
Here's a cool bit of news that you may not know. Tia Claire Toomey and Matt Fraser have never placed lower than 2nd place at the CrossFit Games in their whole career. And there are now 3 women that have been crowned back-to-back winners at the CrossFit Games. Annie Thorisdottir, Katrin Davidsdottir and Tia Claire Toomey. At the CrossFit Games, consecutively, the 77 athletes rode over 3,250,000 metres. And I thought this was pretty cool. 60-year-old Mark Landry got his first muscle up at the CrossFit Games. Jeff, there's still time for you. We're rooting for you. Road to the Games episode is coming out soon. Jeff, don't quit trying to get a muscle up. You never know, you might just make it to the Games without a muscle up and then you'll have to hit it there. Go Jeff.
I reckon he can do it.
You reckon you can do it?
Maybe not 2019, but 2020. He'll have nailed it.
You reckon? We're rooting for you, Jeff. Another bit of news, Stephanie Chung this year, she competed throughout the whole of the CrossFit Games with a broken ankle. A couple of weeks before she turned up to the CrossFit Games, she broke her ankle during training. She did every event with a kind of small cast on.
Is she allowed to do that?
Do whatever you want. And to finish off today's news, this has only come from one source. The source is very unreliable. I mean, it could go anywhere from stomach cramps to being 5-star. But recently, everyone has been talking about the CrossFit Games, the new sanctioned events, the no more regionals, and the fact that 162 athletes potentially could qualify for the CrossFit Games, qualifying out of each one of the countries that has a affiliate. Madagascar, as we said, Jazz is moving to, but she's got competition along with Sarah Sigma's daughter, Dava's daughter, and 4,000 more CrossFitters that have now got going there. Apparently from this very unreliable source, which could cause stomach cramps, the way that CrossFit are going to sort this problem out is that they're going to do 2 days of untelevised CrossFit before the games kicks off. Those 2 days maybe being on a Tuesday and Wednesday and then taking Thursday off before having the fully fledged games on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And after those 2 days of untelevised competition, they will take the top 40 athletes, and those will be the games athletes that then will continue within the competition but with a clean slate, scores back to 0, and the athletes will then do the CrossFit Games over, say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what I've heard. I think it's a good way of weeding down the athletes pretty quickly. Also, if you went to the CrossFit Games, it could be pretty cool to watch. So it's just a little bit of inside knowledge that may not be inside knowledge at all. It's come from a very unreliable source, as I said.
But it's a possibility.
A source from Taco Bell or something. I've heard that gives you bad stomach. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always,
Smash that like button.
thank you for coming back and watching. If you did obviously have a great time, do come back to tomorrow's video and go and watch some old ones. Yeah.
More.
No.
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 We're gonna have to watch that film again tonight. I love that film.